some new developments in the Huawei situation. Apparently, they signed a deal with Russia to develop 5G network. The leader of China was over there meeting with Putin, shaking hands, talking about 2019, 2020, fifth generation networks. Apparently, Huawei's chairman said he was very happy with the agreement in an area of strategic importance like 5G. And at a Moscow meeting between Putin and Xi, the Chinese leader called his Russian counterpart his close friend. So this is, geopolitical. Will shake hands, get the photo up. Fine. You want a trade war? I'm going to go shake hands. I'm going to go be in Russia for a minute. You see how that goes? I'm going to go shake some hands over here. I'll find somebody to shake my hand. You see how that goes?
It's like a strong arm play.
So Russia and the U.S., you know what's going on with their relationship, meddling, all the rest of it. I mean, I'm not suggesting that's the case, but I'm just saying that's the stuff that gets reported. Beef on the Ukraine front. They got their own stuff going on. So the allegiances, alliances, and whatnot, they're happening. And Huawei right in the middle of it, because they don't really even have a choice at this point, if you think about it. What are you going to do? You're going to sit there? You're going to sit and wait? You're going to hope? What are you going to do? Cross your fingers? No. So you got to have a game plan. It looks like Russia and Putin is part of that game plan. And who would have thought? I mean, Russia might have 5G, might have a nice little 5G system going on before elsewhere. Huawei freed up a lot of they got a lot of time on their hands, right? Everyone else canceled on them, or at least a number of carriers canceled on them. They're like, we got lots of gear. Russia will give you a deal. Get people online, 5G, Google Stadia, streaming games, Assassin's Creed in Russia. You didn't think about it. That's the game plan. Google's in on this. Conspiracy theory. It's all Google all day. Of course, that's not the case. I'm just joking around. But nonetheless, 5G in Russia, it's happening. Huawei will be responsible. And is that how you say his name? Xi? X-I. How do you say that, Will?
I think it's Xi.
Xi.
Yeah.
Jinping and Vladimir Putin photographed together. They're buds for now. But also on that same front, there are reports emerging that smartphone shipment forecasts are down for Huawei. Apparently being cut somewhere between 20 and 30%. This is one of those stories where it's like sources familiar with the matter. It's like sources close to Huawei suggest. You know how those go? So who knows if you should believe it or buy it or whatever, but it's reported by the Nikkei Asian Review, and they cited a source familiar with Huawei smartphone orders. Apparently, the company has reduced or canceled orders to major suppliers for components that go into their smartphones, according to the report. And some of those supply chain reductions included cuts to orders of as much as 30%. I don't know. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I think people will dispute this, as they do. Human beings, different points of view, different information, different intel. We had that story emerge recently regarding Foxconn. You know, people saying, oh, Foxconn is shutting down some of their lines for different Huawei models. And then Huawei came out and they're like, no way, it's not happening, as you would do if you were Huawei. Now, this one, apparently citing different sources, different unnamed sources once again, but at least from a different publication, corroborating the original story. 20 to 30% reduction. It's got to happen at some point. You can't have these stories out there, Will, without consequence. People got to be worried. They got to change their behaviors. They can't be lining up for this stuff right now with these stories, you know?
Yeah, too risky.
Too risky. And then they got to then they got to look at the pictures, and then they got to look at Russia and this and that, and they got to wonder. And they're uneasy. The global markets, the economics, Will. It's another thing we do on this show. Economic breakdown. Wall Street. It's a big part of it. It's not a big part of the show. But it's, we're in it now.
Yeah.
Kind of almost unintentionally. The tech world, the finance world, the politics, it's all, it's like some sort of strange brew.
We're bridging the gap.
We're bridging the gap. So, what can I say? I don't blame you. If you're worried about potentially picking up a Huawei device, I don't blame you. And I wouldn't be surprised if their forecasting has taken a hit. I won't be surprised if those orders are down 20, 30%. I think they got to do something. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what's going to happen. But it looks to be having an actual tangible impact at this point. And I don't expect that to stop anytime soon.